we don't have much in the way of, if I understand correctly, the is that we're going to have artifacts. Access to one item a little bit earlier, slightly quicker hints, but other than that, not too different from what you would normally see during one of these tournament matches. If you want to understand, that's going to open up the drop. You'll be able to affect the item out behind the ship. That's normal, but they'll also be able to do a few more checks along the way rather than having to go directly to the high point. And unfortunately, this one checking yet, but I'm really comfortable that it's down. So we'll probably just pull that up once they start having to make routing decisions, choose which way to go, which items to pick up. Both of them getting up to Alcove here and getting a missile expansion. So they won't be able to do too much in this area now. Most likely they will be heading over to check the transport tunnel underneath Root Cave or continuing on to Chozo Ruins for the next checks. So no more progression, but that's definitely going to help them a little bit in the early game. They don't have to be as cautious around scarabs anymore, now that they can actually take a few hits from those. And if we see an early Magmor play, this will definitely come in handy because you can lose health pretty quickly in there. Coming up here, we'll get to see a few items on display as the camera pans around. Unfortunately, Restream resolution is a little low for commentators. I wasn't quite able to make out what was on that ledge. It's definitely rather glowy. It could just be a missile tank, but it might be something a little more. Ooh, and is that space? Yep, that's space jump boots behind Beetle Battle here. Now, normally the game would expect you to have the Morph Ball in order to be able to get out of this room. However, with Space Jump, you can just hop on any of a number of pieces of collision or just directly on the half pipe. Let's see my Steve right now. Just more missiles up here on this ledge, but thanks to the randomizer, this is no longer a one-way door and provides a convenient backdoor access to the weapons. Not able to pick up that item right now, but that looked to be possibly just a nothing item. So just due to the nature of the randomizer, we don't have a full 100 items to place, and therefore we have some nothing items, which look like suit pickups, but have just corrupted texture. Sometimes they can look closer to suits, sometimes they're pretty clearly not suits. Wasn't quite able to tell from the peek that we got on MSD/ShyGuy's side. Oh, boost ball. That is not morph ball. Interesting. And super missiles. Okay, we've got kind of a spicy start here. Some items that you don't necessarily see right off the bat in all our races. So this opens up a decent number of places that morph ball could be. My guess is in the tree, but we will have to find out. Just a missile expansion in the half pipes, so yeah, there we go. There's the morph ball in the tree. Fortunately, not too hard to pick up, but definitely Seed having a little bit of fun with us, putting things in unusual locations to start off with. Up, we've got a few checks in Watery Hall. Without morph ball bombs, going to fight the incinerator drone, also known as Zoid in the community, is going to be a one-way trip unless bombs are there. If I remember correctly, with our current randomizer logic, that's possible, but you definitely hope that it's not the case. Oh, and we have hints. Okay, so we've got Chapel of the Elders. Most of these look pretty tame. Yeah, a lot of these are nice, easy to reach things, especially because we already have Grapple Beam in case they aren't comfortable with the Scan Dash to get across Magma Pool. Thank you, Ashter, for hosting all of those in the Twitch chat. So we've got Chapel of the Elders, Rune Gallery, Fiery Shores, Ruined Shrine, Magma Pool, and Vendrona Canyon. Yeah, honestly, a pretty easy set of artifacts. So a lot of the challenge of this seed is likely going to come in finding the beams and especially the Phazon suit, which could be in 99 out of 100 locations. We have Shy Guy taking a save here. I would not be surprised if he went and tried out that point of no return check with Incinerator Drone just to see if he happens to get a way out from it. And then if he doesn't, then he can just load his latest save. Do in fact have an Incinerator Drone fight. So, pretty straightforward fight. There's a little bit of randomness to this. You can hear, based on the music, how good a lot of they get with phases here. So, this part here in particular, where the weak spot is not targetable, not hittable, can vary by a decent amount of length. And if you hear the music loop, that usually means that you had kind of a slower fight. On the other side, Xeno has decided to work the start instead and go back and checks around the landing site. And just a missile, so unfortunately Shy Guy is going to have to reset out of here. Oh, and that's a X-ray visor. Okay, we have the pieces put together. We have the space jump boots, the grapple beam, now the X-ray visor. I think it's time for a root cave check. MST here. Shy Guy also warping back to start will likely get his X-ray visor before long. Xenomorphs on the invisible platforms. Let's see what awaits our runners up here. It's more ball bombs. Alright. So that's a pretty convenient place for that because there's this little out-of-bounds trick that the runners can do. It's not too bad to make, but there's definitely the possibility of sort of getting stuck in the collision there, and only bombs can really get you out. So with that, they now have the confidence and safety to be able to do that check. Fortunately, just a missile expansion, but it gives them that peace of mind that they're not really missing out on anything. Alright. Now, with the Morph Ball bombs, we still don't have Varia Suit, so we can't really go much further in this direction. But you can return to Chozo Ruins, finish up Ruined Nursery, I believe it is. There's so many ruined rooms in the ruins. Try saying that 10 times fast. But the one with the little track in the wall. And they can also go check what's behind the wall in the incinerator drone area. And yeah, we can finally find out if that was a nothing or Varia Suit in the vault. Uh-oh. Getting a little bit of a slideshow on Xenowar's side. Hopefully that gets resolved soon. There we go. Shy Guy finally getting that door to open. It's a little finicky. There we go. Xeno is opening up Vault, which I think means that it is in fact a suit. Yep, that looks like Varia. Alright, we have Magmor access, and Xeno's continuing to the back here. This could just be for a ruins check, or he could be moving on to Magmor. Yep, it's play for Magmor. Meanwhile, Shy Guy getting the pretty good news about our artifact locations, finding out that he's not going to have to go anywhere too crazy for those at least. Alright, and there's our artifact from Rune Shrine for Shy Guy. There we go. There's the gallery. It's far up next. Oh, and Zeno picked up Wave Beam along the way. That will be very nice when he gets into Vendrana with that and Space Jump. Be able to clear out quite a bit. Won't be able to do the early Plasma Lock checks or the Spider Lock checks, but we'll be able to make it to labs with this loadout. And thanks to the supers, we'll be able to full clear labs, I believe. Oh, and there's Ice Beam over in Lower Dynamo. So that's going to be nice for MST. He could actually use that to continue into late Chozo. Oh, and you have a giant glowing orb on this Chozo statue, which is super convenient, because now Xenomorphs can check upper fire shores, and it's not our artifact, so we'll be able to drop down here, get that one, but now he's cleared out this whole area. Yeah, I think we've got some interesting potential for some extended divergence here with the different items and the different locations between our two runners. I think this is definitely going to give Shy Guy some runway to continue through Chozo and clear a lot of that out, while Xenomorphs has a pretty good path into Vendrana with a lot of checks. Nothing too important in the Magmore transport tunnel, but we're going to get a peek at Furnace here. And it's nothing. Now, Shy Guy is going to use a little bit of shenanigans, classic Metroid Prime, weird collision stuff in order to be able to essentially walk up this spider ball track, even though he doesn't actually have spider ball. There we go. I could not tell what was up there in Furnace. That was a very quick peek, but seems to be moving on quickly. Can't quite do it the normal intended way due to the not having Spider Ball to latch on. There are some space jumps that you could use in order to get up there, but moving on to Chozo Bowling here. Xeno Wars, meanwhile, warping back to start again. Yeah, I'm curious about what Xeno is doing back at start, because definitely could... I guess Chapel of the Elders, we know, is an artifact. And he doesn't have Plasma in order to check the room before that, or Spider in order to get the Lighthouse. There's still a few items, and I believe pretty much all of labs that he could access, as well as Vendrana Canyon. So, yeah, no. We'll have to see and maybe ask about it in the post-race interview. Alright, just a missile underneath bowling. Ice lock check. Let's see. There is a way to get up to the normal ice beam location without needing the wave beam in order to activate that bomb slot, but it's kind of a crazy series of bombs that can be a little difficult to get. Let's see if Shy Guy... Yep, Shy Guy is going for it. I just decided to make the one attempt. I don't blame him for that. There's a lot of bombs that you need to lay at the right time in order to make that happen. And may just not be something that he practiced before. But there's still plenty of the game left open for him to explore at this point. Xeno taking his wave beam to check the tower chamber here. Unfortunately, with the current randomizer logic, Tower of Light itself cannot have an item because the randomizer doesn't understand the missile requirement for this room. So for the time being, that will not be anything required for progression. So Xeno going to head back out here and maybe just do the rest of Chozo from this point on. Meanwhile, MST backtracking, going to check her old friend Zoid again. Already knows that there's nothing important on the incinerator drum itself, but now with more pole bombs, he can check the little tunnel behind it. And Flamethrower. Let's see if he keeps this. Looks like it. Not resetting, so yeah. Validation. And extra special validation being adjacent to Incinerator Drone, one of the community jokes. It's the best place for flamethrowers to have it on drone or at least next to it. And with his wave beam, Xeno is able to do these checks, and with the main power bombs, well, I guess with power bombs period, able to pick up more artifacts along the way. Pretty sure that's just a nothing, Xeno. Yep, there we go. Yeah, it is possible that Shy Guy did not think that was a suit. I know that we were having trouble identifying whether it was a worthwhile pickup in Vault or not. So we'll see where he goes from here. Hopefully he goes back and pick that up. Yes, we do have our favorite cutscene boss in the neighborhood, so could use that as a way to access that area, and also it's another check. Not necessarily the most efficient check to make. It does take quite a while to bring down Flogger, even with Space Jump allowing you to skip the mirrors and just go straight for the bomb slots. Okay, little indecision. Asking himself, does he really want to do this? Is there anything else that he needs to pick up back there? Not going to do Flogger. Okay. Xeno picking up his Ice Beam from Dynamo as well. You can now continue to check the rest of Chozo Ruins. Just that one Elder Chamber check that requires Plasma, but can still make it to Antechamber, the normal Ice Beam location. Okay, yeah. Shy Guy going for Vault right now. Which I would not be surprised if he made the same move that Xeno did after picking up his Varia of going straight down into Magmore and doing all those early checks. Yeah, it would be kind of funny if they had to come back for Plasma on Flagra or Ghost Check, but honestly, that's not that uncommon for instance. Most people prefer to put off Flagra for as long as they can if it doesn't have a pretty clear sign that it's going to be progression. And if they do happen to pick up Spider Ball along the way, we'll get an extra special treat with Reverse Flagra, where you can actually defeat the whole boss without actually activating its actor. So you just walk into the loading cutscene and boom, it's dead. You don't have to worry about all those swipes and dodging his attacks and all that. Okay, yeah, and that extra Zoid check probably won't count for too much lost time. I mean, it's still kind of a loss to check it and then actually go back and do it again. But Xeno is also doing the Incinerator Drone check, so mostly it's out. MST getting his flamethrower. Xeno is now valid as well. Here it's going to be a little bit of the runners retracing each other's steps. Xenomorphs has a pretty clear path in the back. Chozo, good amount of checks there for him, and lots of stuff to do in the back. Oh, I give almost 100% chance that he's gonna keep going into Deep Jozo and do as many checks as he can. I don't know if the tournament settings expect you to be able to do that spider ball track climb, but even out of logic, it's still valuable in terms of time spent. And there's that nice save station in the back where you can just reset to an easier to exit location, or you can go through overgrown cavern and exit back that way to get you pretty close to starting location as well. Alright, MST evening the score on the artifacts. Even though they've been sort of in different locations for most of this run ever since the first save reset, or warp to start rather, they have pretty much evened out at this point in terms of what items they have. It's really hard to say from this point whether Xeno will find something in Antechamber, but all things considered, I think that MST has a very slight advantage just by virtue of being closer to Vendrana, where I think we're going to find our next progression item. Silly game. Spider ball augmentation is not required. Definitely makes it easier, but I think Xeno will be able to get this another try or two. Almost. Yeah, there we go. All right. Xeno through to upper furnace. Beat this item. move on to Chozople. Meanwhile, MST is in Vendrana. Alright, we've got some new checks coming up. Granted, he won't be able to access either of these items, but it's definitely good to know what's here before moving on, just in case he does pick up Plasma or Spider Ball. Just a Power Bomb expansion. Yeah, nothing too bad. MST gonna use his Wave Beam to go pick up his artifact. Unfortunately, won't be able to pick up the other item down this avenue, but with just Phazon and Plasma Beam needed at this point, odds are pretty low that it's actually anything relevant. That said, it would be pretty sad if it was actually Phazon Suit in this check, but gamble worth taking, I think. On Xeno's screen. Uh-oh, looks like his stream has gone offline. Hopefully he can get that fixed quickly. Meantime, ShyGuy picking up 4th artifact. Continue through Vendrana at this point, most likely. It's the biggest source of checks at this point. Outside chance of trying to go back through later Magmore and then taking the far Vendrana elevator, but not too likely. Oh wait, was there a boss on ShyGuy's screen? I'm sorry, I must have blinked and missed it. But no, once you do have power bombs, it makes the Sheegoth fight a whole lot easier. And the babies are pretty easy to begin with, but the Mama Sheegoth just goes down with a single power bomb. Yeah, Steve's making pretty good progress through this. Kind of hard to say since we haven't seen anything from Xeno to compare against for a while. But making consistent progress on artifacts, it's really down to that plasma and Phazon hunt in this point. Those could be any of a large number of locations. Yeah, that's not just the restream, but the actual stream itself. I checked out his stream and that's offline right now. Hopefully we'll be able to get it back soon. At the very least, though, he is recording his stream, and so even though we won't be able to see all the excitement that's happening live, we'll at least be able to verify the results of this match at the end of it. Just an E-tank inside of the tube here. Always nice at least knowing if not being able to pick up that item, which you could do as well with supers, but that's always my big worry going into labs earlier on is just what if there's something in the tube? Yeah, that is interesting that he's skipping it. It does take a little time to blow it up. It usually dissipates in a few seconds. He's at 6 E-tanks at this point. So, pretty comfortable spot in terms of health. Ooh, not quite getting the scan dash and observatory first try. We'll see. And at this point, I'd be a little surprised if we got Xenowar's stream back. I don't really... Oh, there we go. Shy Guy got the scan dash. But yeah, I don't really blame him for not wanting to take time out of the race in order to go adjust that. where did Shy Guy get the magma pool artifact when he was doing? I don't think he didn't have the power bomb expansion at the time. So yeah, it just has to go back to magma pool in order to get his last one. So yeah, that's pretty much in the bag at this point. He can get that at his convenience. This is really about those last two required items in order to beat Metroid Prime. Oh hey, Xeno's back. Apologies for the pause on Xeno's side. We're just trying to figure out what to do because it seems like his recording got corrupted as well, and so we don't necessarily have the footage to verify the whole race at the end. Oh hey, there's Spider-Ball. Well, Xeno is continuing, looks like. And actually, I'm not sure. Might have gone and checked Ice Beam location. We'll see where he pops out in a moment. Talon. Okay, so this is probably overgrown cavern check. It looks like he was playing for a little while. He wasn't aware that his stream had gone down at the time. So, did make some progress. We're not entirely sure how much. Oh, interesting. Xenowars is going for the vlogger play. And yeah, from this point on, the tournament organizers are going to figure out what to make of the situation, but for the time being, the runners are going to continue running. Just more missiles, the far end of Vendrana here. Shy Guy gonna slowly make his way out of here. No gravity suit, so still got that slow water physics to deal with. Meanwhile, Xeno is going to be blowing up the plant here. Bomb time. Cutscene. Thankfully, with Space Jump, it's nice and easy to jump here, and while they look like bomb slots that you actually have to slot into, they're actually just damage triggers, and you can hit them if you lay a bomb on the outside. So, more fun, hashtag Metroid Prime things. Alright, well, it looks like Shy Guy has cleared out the Bar Vendrana area as well as labs, and does have the spider ball to show for it, but not much else, so from here could go face Thardus, our favorite tantruming giant rock monster, but more likely, just like how runners tend to avoid Flagra as long as they can, he'll be avoiding Thardus as well. and continuing on to farm Magmor, maybe even mines. We'll have to see. At least going to check quarantine monitor next to Thards first before ducking out. Oh, that almost looked like a gravity suit, but corrupted texture says that it's just another nothing. And yep, bailing out on the multi-minute boss fight, just moving on to late Magmor from here. Meanwhile, Xeno Wars picking up the gallery artifact. Don't believe he did ghosts, which it is definitely harder to do the ghost fight without the spider ball to just sort of go down the track and back up to reset the player. So I guess we'll have to wait until our runners heads back there with the spider ball. Alright, one station apparently not worth the time. Shy Guy bailing out there. If memory serves, there's only one item up here, which is going to be plasma processing. And at this point, without plasma, he can only pick that up if it's plasma, because otherwise you don't have a way to get back out of that room. So this is most likely going to be a peak for knowledge and then moving on. Unless he's really lucky with his plasma. Alright, so we've got a decent number of little locations here and there, like Upper Dynamo, that the runners have not checked yet, as well as a good amount. Well, I guess all of mines, really. So, anyone want to place bets on where Plasma and Plasma Suit, Phazon Suit are? That looked like it was just Wave Buster in there? Question mark. Not heading back into Magmor. Looks like this is going to be a mine splay, which is pretty reasonable. He's well equipped for it. Got the ice beam and power bombs to get in. Got spider balls, so that those rooms with the spider tracks, which are doable without it, are a lot smoother. And yeah, we'll see what we find down there. Meanwhile, Xeno Wars is making his way through Magmor, likely going to make his play into Phendrana. Unfortunately, not going to find anything more than that artifact in Chapel of the Elders and Spider Ball in whichever cave that is. I can never tell Hunter Cave from Frost Cave, but yeah. Alright, first check. Just a knee tank. I'm going to get it anyways. Interesting. They sort of picking and choosing, but I don't know. Mines can definitely dish out damage quickly, so probably not the worst thing to have another knee tank here. Just for extra safety. Shy Guy actually triggering the AI for Space on Fleet. Thankfully, it goes down pretty quickly after that. But yeah, turns out these guys are scripted to try and look you in the eye and be all menacing before they actually start fighting you. And if you just avoid eye contact by strafing around them, you can finish them off before they do it. Was that? There's something glowy in Vent Shaft. I couldn't tell if it was a missile or plasma, but okay, just missiles. Shy Guy considering his options, wondering whether it should take the gamble on the dead end, see if Plasma is in the super trolley location of MQA. And actually going for it. Well, drone fight's pretty easy. I think he's trying to determine whether there's anything worthwhile in Dynamo. Gonna skip right past this fight. Check MQA. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure if he can actually get back out this way. I think that he's doing this with that intention. I mean, he could reset back to his last save, but I think after going this deep into the mines, probably would prefer not to do that. All possible. Getting a hug from the Metroid. Got a queue forming here. All the Metroids want hugs today. Xenowars, meanwhile, continuing to progress through Vendrana, checking Canyon, picking up their last artifact. Well, soon to be picking up their last artifact. Okay, good. The drone is, in fact, still there. So even though the doors are locked now, he can still do the maze and walk his way out, or just use the safe point here. Ah, it's Ice Spreader down there. didn't get an exact count, but it seemed like a pretty medium maze, maybe a 30-something long. Definitely not the worst that it could have been. And Xenowars thankfully making it to the save point safely. It was on low energy there. Thankfully not too risky of a room at the Slayer without the flying pirates yet, but always good to get that save. And another freeze. Yep, the stream died once more. I let Xenowars know. Well, meanwhile, we have MSD continuing his way through the mines. Going to do some of those upper mines checks now, I think. Just more missiles. We're actually starting to get to the point where there's not that many locations for Plasma and Phazon to be. Shy Guy getting bodied by Metroids and pirates. Safe with the turrets down there. Hopefully makes a quick trip to the save station to refill on energy after making this item check. And just another E-tank. Oh, okay. Gonna use this as his refill. And yeah, as chat points out, we do still have Thardus as an option, and each of these checks, it's looking more and more likely that we're going to face Tantrum Rock. Oh, never mind. Here's Plasma Beam. Okay, we still need Phazon Suit, and now that we've found Plasma, we have lower mines available to us as well. So let's see what MST does. There is the vanilla flamethrower location here. Which is where we're taking a peek at. That was the thermal visor. Yeah, it looks like Shy Guy is going to pick up whatever it was down in the flamethrower location. So, get confirmation shortly. Oh, and we have a raid from Digglewrath Street. Welcome, Diggle. We are pretty deep into this seed right now. We are on the hunt for the Phazon Suit at this point. All the artifacts were in pretty tame locations, but Plasma was in, is it security access or something like that? That first check into the front of mines. And unfortunately, Xeno has been having some streaming/recording issues and is currently offline. So right now, all eyes are on Metroid MST, aka ShyGuy. ShyGuy has already done a lot of mid-mines, so we do have these tools training the AI to, unfortunately, it'll take a little longer to move down this but once he's done with this room, I think it's basically down to late mines past MQA and all the little miscellaneous places. Has been able to peak most of the plasma locations in plasma processing, and then Vendrana, there's nothing notable there, so it's either going to be spider ball checks, lower mines, or some obscure thing that you happen to miss along the way. using X-ray to peek here, and looked like just a missile in the outline. So going to head back out this way, and we shall see where it goes from here. Still no gravity suit, so not particularly realistic to do a play into a ship. However, we have not seen life growth in adjacent checks, so it's a decent chance that it'll do that before continuing on to lower mines. Oh, and in case anyone missed it, we were blessed with a flamethrower, not directly on Incinerator Drone, but in the tunnel behind it. So very flavorful there. And of course, we had the thermal visor in the normal flamethrower location, so you can see just how flamey your flamethrower is. Oh, and MST's last artifact is in Magma Pool. Should have no trouble getting on his way to the artifact temple. Missiles. Alright, time for worst room in the game. Almost. And this is why we refer to this as the worst room in the game for Metroid Prime. Oh, not too bad. But there is entirely too much collision in this tunnel. You can easily kill your momentum while boosting. Wait, is that was a nothing, right? You just shot it and ran off. That's got to be a nothing, right? All from here. Shy Guy did not get the chance to full clear the back of Chozo Ruins when he first visited because he only had the Ice Beam and not the Wave Beam and wasn't able to get the HBJ in order to get up to Antechamber. So I think he'll probably go dip in there, check that. Overgrown Cavern does have the Plasma Beam now to check Alder Chamber, I believe it's called, the plasma locked check underneath Chozo Bowling. And then maybe we'll see lower nets. having a rough time with this jump here. Just going to do it the normal way. And there's 2 ghosts. They aren't too much of an obstacle, especially with supers and X-ray. Just a little bit of time loss here. Cutscene triggering mid-jump and did not place him back down safely. And we do the climb again. Yeah, so we did see the Flagra check earlier on Xenomorph's side. It was nothing in consequence. We did not see ghosts, though. Also, when Xenowars went to Far Chozo, he did have both Wave and Ice, so even though it was off-screen at the time, odds are pretty good he checked that, and we did not... Oh, MST, no. Falling down again. Oh, we have Xenowars back. And still no Phazon suit on his side, so... yeah, I don't believe it's in Antechamber or Roach Can. There we go. ShyGuy finally out of Life Grove. Back on track. Okay, so absolute worst case, we go find Gravity in PCA and then have to backtrack to the ship. Yeah, Life Grove is just not a particularly fun time when you do it the normal way. It's long, there's lots of ways to get knocked down, jump down, there's ghosts that are slow to deal with, cutscenes. Yeah, it's really nice when you can just do the L jump or R jump out of there. And yeah, at this point, the artifacts were easy to clear up. ShyGuy MST can get his last one pretty much anytime he wants. It's really all about that Phazon suit, which can be anywhere except Phazon Mining Tunnel. Alright, so we do have Xenowars possibly continuing on. Still trying to sort out the streaming/recording issues, because it seems like also lost his recording of that time when it was offline. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It seems like he's having hard drive issues that are triggering both stream and recording problems for him. Just need to. Okay, so no phase-on suit here. Could potentially continue back through more Chozo in order to see what is in Upper Dynamo. And then I think Upper Dynamo, Flagra, and Ghost are the only things that we have not seen at this point in Chozo. Shy Guy has more checks to do himself, but Xenowars has shown us most of those. Okay, we've got Xeno on the move again. No plasma beam, no additional suits from the looks of it. No thermal visor, so it's likely has not checked labs yet. Or not labs, mines rather. Does have Spider Ball at least, so made it through Farfindron. The upper dynamo check reveals missiles. And continues. So yeah, we've got the first two boss fights, or rather, the ghosts after Flagra. We have Thardis, we have Cargo Freight Lift, Deck Gamma. I think, is that the last non-gravity lock check down there? But yeah, with Plasma we can actually do lower mines in order to check for phase-on. Should be a valid place for it to be located. Yeah, we did get to see plasma processing earlier. I believe it was just Wave Buster. So yeah, unfortunately we will not be achieving Beam Go tonight, even though we did get validated with Flamethrower. Now it's just another nothing in the training chamber. there's nothing important in college here, but MST has not found that out yet, so I'm going to make its way up using substantial terrain in the shrine. Thankfully, it does not have to climb all the way up the Tower of Light, as that item cannot be part of logical progression. Oh, and welcome to everyone from Speed Gaming 5. We're on the hunt for the Phazon suit, so both our runners have gotten all 6 artifacts. Metroid MST, aka Shy Guy, has gotten Plasma Beam from mines. Xeno Wars will probably be visiting that area before long. Yeah, really, it's down to just small miscellaneous checks along the way at this point. I've not seen Thardis or the ghosts in the Artifact of the Wild location. And then there's Lower Mines. And yeah, the artifacts were in pretty easy to reach locations. But we did get a flamethrower behind Zoid today, so that was nice. We have Xeno resetting all the way back to Farm Vendrana. We'll see in a moment whether he kept Spider Ball. Because here, that was the only thing that he may have lost in the reset. Alright, and we do in fact have a reverse flogger this time. So you may notice this large plant bulb here, which does not currently contain a boss leaping out of it and trying to swipe at Shy Guy. Just kind of grooving there to the music. Just give Shy Guy nice, easy time jumping around to all of these explodable bomb slots here. And then he can just go trigger the start of the fight, which will also be the end of the fight. And there we have it. No. So to answer your question in chat, Shy Guy has already been through pretty much all of mines up to MQA. Found the plasma beam in the in security access, thermal in storage depot A or B, whatever the flamethrower location is. I believe that was it. Just not a lot in mines. Ice spreader in Central Dynamo. Alright, gonna see the ghost fight now. Should be a nice and quick check with Supers and X-Ray. Ah, just more missiles. Okay, so that rules that out. Now the big question. Does he go for Thardus or does he go for lower mines? Xeno's working its way backwards through elite research. There is this invisible wall here, but with the power boost ball, you can just sort of zoom right through it. Potential. Wonder if he has like the wrong angle on it or something. Normally, it takes a few boosts and then you just sort of zip right through. Okay, that looks more like it. Yeah, there we go. Oh. You know, we were able to peek most of the plasma lock checks in Ventrana. There is one that you can't really effectively peek outside of Chapel of the Elders. So I bet that Shy Guy is going to check that out, just to set his mind at ease, make sure that he's not missing anything along the way. And yeah, Phazon suit could definitely be in frigate as well. I think most people prefer not to go down there without gravity suit, just because it's kind of a one-way trip after a certain point, if I remember correctly. And it's just slow. And no dice for that check. So Thardus is about as fast as it's going to get with power bombs to skip a few damaging points in the beginning and the end of the fight, as well as the plasma beam being particularly effective at taking down those individual bits of rock. So that may be the play. Yeah, at this point, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a Thardus check. It's honestly, versus trying to go through all of labs in order to get to Farfendrana's elevator, it's probably better just to fight the rock. Xenomorph is picking up his plasma beam. Has done far fewer checks compared to Shy Guy, as far as we've been able to tell, but is now essentially on even footing in terms of progression moves. Guy not actually using the power bombs on the first base. Might not know about that, but either way, plasma will get this done. MST actually going for the power bomb strat on the last phase of Darkus. And boss fight over. Think. Nothing. Oh, that is cruel. The hunt continues. The Fozon suit. Okay. Looks like it's gonna be lower mines. Yeah, it could go for cargo freight lift to deck Gamma. However, mines is a lot closer right now. And the ship is pretty close to the start location. So my money's on Shy Guy dipping into lower mines, and then can always use that save and warp to start from MQB really quickly check. Oh, I've got some interesting ideas in chat about nothing items if they actually changed the suit skin to the fusion suit skin. I think there's a lot of possibilities. Imagine if the glitched textures actually became the texture of your suit. Like whatever random colors they happen to have got applied. I have no idea if that's actually doable or anything, but I think chat's onto something with the cosmetic nothings. Hopefully they'll add that at some point after they reintroduce shiny missiles. For those of you who were not watching, I'm not sure if it was earlier this year or last year, but previous randomizer we were using for Metroid Prime actually had a nice little Easter egg that 1 in every 1024 missiles would actually be a different tint. Just a little bonus, kind of an homage to shiny Pokemon. Similar probabilities in later gens. I might lose this race, but at least I look fabulous. Now this is interesting because even though Xenowars has done fewer checks, did in fact have Plasma Beam before coming down to NQA, whereas the Shy Guy went down here first, then up to Upper Mines, and then out to Life Mode, and so on. So even though Shy Guy's done a lot more checks, they're actually pretty much neck and neck at this point. One advantage that I can say that Shy Guy has picked up is that does have Thermal Visor, which will help speed up the Metroid Prime Essence fight a little bit. just a missile down phase on. Oh, wait, is that gravity? Oh man. Okay, so we've got gravity suit down here in Fungal Home, if I remember correctly. Man, this seed, it looked super friendly based on the artifact locations, but it's been such a troll with the suits. So I think at this point, Xeno Wars' greatest hope is that it is in fact here on MQB, Elite Quarters, or PCA, because that means that both of them would be on equal footing of just warping to start and fighting the final bosses. However, if it is not here and they have to go check Frigga or something like that, there's a lot more possible places that Xeno Wars hasn't seen yet that Shy Guy has. So doesn't look like MQB. Shy Guy not stopping for a save, just running straight for a Mega Pirate at this point. That's a very good point in chat. Nobody had Phazon, or not Phazon, Plasma Beam when they went to Fendron's Edge. So there's that check that they just were not able to see. Yeah. I don't think they had Phazon, or Plasma Beam when they went through Phazon Processing Center last, so we also don't know what's able to see. Shy Guy not quite one phase in the Mega Pirate. Getting bodied kind of hard by these pirates. Oh, and Xeno deciding to warp to start rather than go fight a Mega Pirate. This could be the big rain play into Frigate. Mega Pirate down. Let's see. Just to warn everyone, the cutscene makes it look like Samus has the Phazon suit after this, but that's just for the purpose of the cutscene itself. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's what that means. And it's actually just an expansion. Well, PCA and then Sadness. Oh, whoa. Xeno not going for ship? Uh-oh. And, yeah. Looks like we're off to Frigate or Phendrana's Edge. Yeah, this could just be a detour to Elder Chamber in order to check that one item. Moment of truth. What's it gonna be? Missile. Okay. Okay, got that. I honestly can't think of anything that hasn't been checked already outside of Hydro Access Tunnel and Fingrana's Edge. And there it is. Wow. Okay, so they had to go all the way down to Fungal Hall B in order to pick up their gravity suit, in order to come all the way back to Hydro Access Tunnel to get Phazon suit. That was rude. But Shy Guy has go mode now. All he needs to do is head back to start, beat the final bosses, and win the game. Oh, weird. Not using the warp to start. They actually started in Artifact Temple, so that would make it pretty quick, but MST deciding to use the elevators and make the walk back to the starting location, I guess. Shy Guy's probably feeling a little under the gun at this point, just with the sheer number of checks he had to do. So, not super surprised didn't go back to the ship and spend any more time than he had to. Although, honestly, with, what's that, 9 E-tanks and 100 missiles, not that big of a deal, especially with the fact that you can take out most of Meta Ridley's health just with a well-aimed boost. looks like based on chat, there was a runner's agreement that they decided not to let them start. And go. Yeah, that seems sensible. Meta Ridley fight. Now all that's left is Metroid Prime itself. Alright, and we have Shy Guy making it up the impact crater, the last big annoying dome room in the game. Making it through the different special phase-on that damages you even in phase-on suit, and on to the final boss fight. change the ice phase, and also to get in a cheeky little bit of extra movement position. It's unfortunate for Xenomore, it's just having everything in that phase on this unlikely location. So now we just have Essence. We'll finish the video. Shy Guy finishing off the last of his missile supply with a little bit of flamethrower action here. Shy Guy should have a pretty easy time fighting Prime thanks to having both visors at this point. It's using the little cancellation trick to slow down based on if you want enough, you can just sort of stun lock it until it's time for this one. Hard time with that Metroid there. Essence being kind of a troll here, giving Shy Guy a bit of a hard time, not wanting to spawn at him. There he goes. That's it. GG. MSD has finished with an official racetime.gg time of 2.5 hours and 11 seconds. Okay, and it looks like Shy Guy has declined to do an interview at this point. Um, Xenowars is still in progress in the race time, but has paused. So we'll see whether they elect to continue or not. Okay, looks like Xenowars has decided to continue.